Everybody wants to be a fast cyclist and everybody wants to save energy, yet there are so many things that people are not doing to maximise this. My first point is tyre choice. This is such an important option that so many people disregard, and it's so frustrating because you can save so many watts. Now let me show you why. So I have two tyres here, the Schwalbe Pro 1s and the Schwalbe Logano's. Option 1 has a low rolling resistance and option 2 has a very high rolling resistance. And the difference between these two tyres is 14.5 watts. Yes, 14.5 watts. That is huge. People spend money on bikes, bike fits, shaving weight down to try and be as fast as possible, yet they don't optimise tyre choices. And just by switching between these two tyres, you can save 14 watts. That for me is massive. The second point is stop using those inner tubes and switch to tubeless. You can run lower tyre pressures, which means it's comfier for yourself, and you have lower rolling resistances, which equates to saving watts, and who wouldn't want to do that? And on top of this, you're less likely to get punctures because the tyre will seal itself. So for me, it's an absolutely no-brainer. Now, I was one of those people who always used to slag tubeless tyres off. I thought they were going to be a complete pain in the arse, were going to be an absolute mess, and would just get in the way of my training. And I couldn't be more wrong. They're super simple to set up, they've not created any mess, and to be honest, it just made my life 10 times easier. My second point is aerodynamics, and your body equates to 80% of that aerodynamic drag. So you can have the most aero bike on the planet with TT extensions, with carbon wheels, but if you're sat up there like a granny, it's not going to help you. You need to get your body in a good aerodynamic position, and you are going to absolutely shave off so much time in your cycling. Now, there's 2 or 3 things you can implement which will help you do this. Firstly, you want to close that frontal area between your hands and your head. So if your chest is outright like this, it's going to act as a massive parachute, and that is not what you want. You want to be nice and tucked in so that your head and your sort of hands are coming closer together. If you're on a road bike, you can bring your body down to the bars. If you're on a TT bike, you can almost angle those bars up and you head down a little bit, and then you close that frontal area. And for me, that's made a massive, massive, massive difference. Now, the second thing you can do is shrug your shoulders in. So if you're on your road bike or TT bike and your shoulders are out and it's nice and wide, all that's going to do is hit the wind. If you can tuck them in and shrug them down, you'll find that you can slip through that wind much, much quicker because there is a less frontal area for that wind to actually hit. The final point in regards to aerodynamics is keep that head down. So you still need to see the road and look where you're going. Obviously, you don't want to be one of those people that are staring at the ground and crashes, because that is not what anybody wants. But if your head's stuck up right like this and you're trying to get your body nice and low, your head's just getting in the way. It's a complete waste. So what you want to do is try and get that head tucked down and your eyes forward. So it's almost like a turtleneck with you looking down that road, but your head nice and low. And you'll find if you implement those 3 things into your cycling, your aerodynamics will almost certainly improve and you will travel faster for the same effort. Now, my final point is to have the saddle slightly forward. For me, this has made a massive difference because when it was further back, I couldn't generate as much power and I couldn't use those bigger muscle groups. For example, I couldn't quite engage my quads and my glutes as much as I can now when my saddle's further forward, and it makes that generation of power much easier. And on top of that, it means I don't get that burning sensation in my legs that I found I got quite a lot when I was doing longer distances with my saddle further back. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel because that would be greatly appreciated and it would mean a lot to me. I filmed this video in a slightly different way today. It was more of a fast-paced sort of here's all your information style. If you've liked it, let me know down below. If you've not, also let me know down below because honestly, I'm just trying to figure out how I should film, how I should sort of prepare these videos, and your sort of advice and guidance, what you think of it would be very helpful. So if you could let me know, that would be amazing, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.